Joseph Henry Gilmore was born on the 29th of April 1834 in Boston, Massachusetts. At the age of 27, on the 26th of March 1862, he found himself at the home of Deacon Watson after preaching at a midweek service at the First Baptist Church of Philadelphia. His text that evening was Psalm 23, and during his time with Deacon Watson, continued to be awestruck by the words, "He leadeth me," found in verse 3 of his chosen text. These three words enabled the writing of the hymn of the same name, also known as By His Hand. But although he completed the words as a poem that Wednesday evening in 1862, he had no real intentions of having this published into a hymn. It wasn't until Gilmore visited the Second Baptist Church of Rochester, New York 3 years later, that he saw his words in print, after he randomly opened the church's hymn book and saw these words composed as a hymn for the first time. The December 1862 edition of the Watchman and Reflector magazine, a Boston-printed religious periodical, had printed Gilmore's words following the submission of them by his wife, completely unknown to him. This was the first time these words had gone public. Upon seeing these words in the Watchman and Reflector, musician William B. Bradbury wrote a fitting melody to accompany them, and in doing so added the refrain, "His faithful follower I would be, for by his hand he leadeth me." Bradbury was a well-known composer, as other tunes written by him include "Jesus Loves Me," "Just As I Am," and "Sweet Hour of Prayer." One interesting fact about this hymn is that it has been translated into many different languages and was even heard being sung by the primitive Polynesians in the South Pacific during World War II. The First Baptist Church of Philadelphia, where Gilmore preached on that March evening of 1862, was demolished in 1926 to make way for a large office building. In the corner of this new building is a bronze tablet inscribed with the words of the first verse of He Leadeth Me, as well as the inscription, "In recognition of the beauty and fame of this beloved hymn, and in remembrance of its distinguished author." Joseph Henry Gilmore entered heaven on the 23rd of July, 1918. The tune you have heard playing in the background was William Bradbury's original tune, but in the 1980s a new tune was composed by Salvationist Thomas Mack. We hope you enjoy listening to this as we conclude our video.